of Corpus Christi, London. Both teams have already concluded with their warm-ups, and we got an empty court out there, but we will be rolling here with the action as they're going to announce the two teams on the court, and we'll be getting our first serve underway. It's an area playoff game. We will be back with more after this on Rio Sports Live.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Back here, we're going to hand it over to the PA announcer as Omar Guerra is on the camera. He'll get tuned in on the opponents for tonight's game.
At this time, let me remind everyone to follow all social distancing protocols. Will everyone please rise and remove your headgear as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
National anthem, we'll be right back after this.
Field. Rustic Tea Boutique is now a sponsor for teams here on Rio Sports Live. Located in Fremont, Texas, supporting both the Cowboys and Cowgirls in their games. Whether it's Twisted X shoes, a wide assortment of Sense apparel, or the latest styles for men and women in clothing or accessories, or a great selection of scented candles, Rustic Tea Boutique in Fremont is your stop.
At TSS Photography in Corpus Christi, Texas, you can experience the latest technology in photography. Whether you're an individual or a team, you can experience photography at a whole new level. Real-time photos can be seen on screen as they are taken in-house or from remote locations. You can even have your order placed as you leave the room. Special events? No problem. Take your pose. Choose your background. This is a veteran-owned company, a Texas Hub certified company, over 3 years in service in Corpus Christi, Texas, TSS Photography. Back here on Rio Sports Live, we are getting the introduction of the two teams. First, the visitors on the scoreboard will be Corpus Christi, London. So that means we will quickly adjust our scoreboard.
Number 5, Kara Busey. Number 7, Brooke Busselman. Number 8, Hannah Gonzalez. Number 11, Kaylin Kirby. Number 12, Ashley Lynn. Number 14, Elise Gonzalez. Number 15, Taylor Marshall. Number 20, Lillian Campbell. And number 22, Elena Norman. Head coach, Melinda Westcott. Assistant coaches are Tiffany Crawford, Nancy Rendon, and Michaela Norton. And now for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Number 0, Alyssa Garcia. Number 2, Damaris Bermudez. Number 3, Emily Gonzalez. Number 4, Mia Weathergrove. Number 5, Clarissa Gonzalez. Number 6, Miranda Moya. Number 7, Hannah Garza. Number 10, Haley Rodriguez. Number 11, Sabrina Romo. Number 12, Marlena Perez. Number 13, Tiffany Alice. Number 14, Rayleigh Rincones. And number 19, Destiny Gonzalez. Head coach, Amy Cantu. Assistant coaches are Teresa Gutierrez and Marisa Nieto. Ladies, let's always remember sportsmanship, spirit, and character are shown through competition. Win or lose with dignity and pride. Good luck. Let's get ready to volley, set, spike.
First serve coming up right after this.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company for over 170 years.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. Back here on Rio Sports Live, as you see the two teams making their way out on the floor. You're focusing on London. Now you're over on the Lyford side. Lyford, the home team on the scoreboard in the green uniforms with the white trim, and London in the black uniforms with the maroon and white trim, white lettering. Key factors here for tonight's game. If you're London, you have plenty of firepower at the net, and so just be the aggressor. Attack, attack, attack. For Lyford, you have to get out of being the defensive team. You have to play defense, but you have to make passes that are good enough to allow your team to back the other one down by bringing hitters to the net. If you get caught up in just playing defense all night, you can make some great plays, and the scoreboard will continue to race away from you when you have a team that has the hitters on the floor that we'll see tonight for the Lady Pirates of London. Both of these teams are teams we have been covering throughout the year here on Rio Sports Live, and so we do appreciate each and every one of the fans that are on board with us. Those that aren't familiar with what we're doing, but you're watching it for a first time, I ask you please, if you're watching on Facebook, share the link, let other fans know these games are going on, and also like and follow our page. Back to serve is Rayleigh Rincones, and away we go with Lyford serving it up for the first point of the night. Knuckleball serve, good pass on the set off the net, this time for Carrie Boosie, gets it over. Ball back on the Lyford side, challenge there, and a point scored for the Lady Pirates. Hannah Cazales at the line scores the first point. London up at 1-0. That's serve over, and that's going to be a point awarded to Lyford. And so the Lady Bulldogs will earn the serve right back. 1-1 ball game, serve over. Good pass again, a high set off the net, this time to Brooke Busenlaner, and it goes over but out of bounds off the baton. A point scored to Lyford. And the Lady Bulldogs go up 2-1 here in this ball game. Back at the service line is Ailey Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts it over, a line drive serve. On the pass, it's up near the net. Punched over on the Lyford side, good chance to attack. They'll set it up for Gonzalez. Tips it over. Covered nicely by Elena McNorton over there. Back row keeps it alive for a moment, but a point scored for the Lady Pirates, and it ties it at 2-2. 2-2 ball game. Early action here in game one from Falfurrias, Texas. Our appreciation to the Falfurrias School District for assisting us with a spot to broadcast the game. Omar Guerra on the camera tonight. Hannah Cazales back at the service line for the London Lady Pirates. Knuckleball serve, good pass for Lyford. Set it on the right side for Gonzalez, box it off the block. Covered nicely, back corner. Played up on the Lyford side yet again. This time it's Gonzalez over. Diving play kept alive by the libero back there for the London Lady Pirates. The rally continues. And then a whistle blows. 2 hits called on Lyford, and London's awarded the point. They go up 3-2. Ali Solis as your libero for the London Lady Pirates. It was her diving effort that time on that rally. Has sustained it enough for the error to record the point. Short serve. The pass stays on the back row. Free ball to work with for London. High set, left side. Jenna Evans now rotates to the front row. That carries too much momentum out of bounds. And a point scored to Lyford. They tie it up at 3 apiece. Clarissa Gonzalez back at the service line. Another important factor tonight for Lyford is to not let Corpus Christi London get on one of those patented runs. This team is capable of getting it going and scoring bunches of points in a row in a sport that's dominated by momentum. Big swing that time. That carries out of bounds. Sabri Romo on the kill attempt. And the Lady Pirates go up 4-3 here in game 1. Race to 25, win by 2. The series goes best 3 of 5. Karabusi back at the service line for London. The pass stays on the back row. Lyford will get it over. A free ball to work with for the Lady Pirates. Down the line it goes and out of bounds. An error records a point for the Lady Pirates. And they're up 5-3. Busi to serve again. Short serve. Better pass this time for Lyford. Another free ball to work with for London. Center set this time. Big kill. Down it goes. Ashley Lynn on the kill. Watch on the replay. Lynn rotating to the front row. Replay on the right side of your screen, and she does not miss the opportunity. London up 6-3. Lady Pirates will get it over. Good chance here for Lyford to score. Got to take advantage of these. That sets over the net, though. And in the net is going to be called against Lyford. Point scored to London. They're up by 4 at 7-3. Now they'll call in the net both teams, so they'll reset that. Take the point off the board. The serve remains in the hands of Karabusi of London. And the Lady Pirates will serve it up. Deeper serve this time, near an ace. Played up forward from the back row. London will pass it to McNorton, sets it up, and put it away again by Ashley Lynn. Elena McNorton is your setter. When she's gifted those type of passes, again, she is in the benefit seat of having many hitters to choose from on who she wants to set. Free ball to work with again here. A pass, McNorton sets it up. Back set this time, right side, back angle. The kill is good. Kaylin Kirby puts it away. Kirby on the kill. And Busi will serve again. Pass over on the London side. McNorton sets it up. Another hitter up there. Lyford to the back corner. Played nicely by the London defense. Kept alive. Can they get it over the net? Yes, they do. Lyford back on the attack. Center set. Romo puts it in the net. Back on the serve. That's an ace served up. Corpus Christi London up 10-3. Timeout on the floor. Lady Pirates on top here in game 1. Back after this.
Of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel.
Back here to live action. Corpus Christi London up 11-3. Lyford with a hit from the back row that carries out of bounds. Figure out what's going on with our instant replay here tonight. We'll fix that in between games. 12-3 lead. This hit that time on the London side. Point scored by Lyford. Lady Bulldogs down by 8 though at 12-4 as Emily Gonzalez rotates back to serve. Gonzalez, right-handed server for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Gets it over, nice pass this time. Norton sets it up, hit over by Kirby. Second hit right back on the London side. Lyford can't contain that. A point scored by the London Lady Pirates. They go up 13-4. Short serve this time, pass up near the net, punched over, blocked right back at you. The Lady Pirates score again. And that's an ace served up. 15-4 ball game. If you're watching the game on our Facebook, give me a shout out where you're watching the game from. It's always neat to see just how far the reach is, where fans are tuning into our game. Serving, Brooke Busenliner. Gets it over, pass up near the net again, nothing doing. Point scored to London, they're up 16-4. Right now momentum on the London side. Said that earlier, this team is capable of going on huge strings of points in a row in a hurry. Center set, swing by Lynn. Dug by Lyford back there, Gonzalez keeps it alive. Libero, Hannah Garza puts it over, ball up at the net, punched over. Garza with a pass, a set by Rincones, a hit attempt by Perez, it carries out of bounds. That time, at least you could see that Lyford was able to mount some offense on that. Just too much on the hit. Pass this time on the money. Back set, back row attack. Good dig by Busenliner to keep that alive. Second hit over, Lyford with another chance. Punched over the blockers, and a point scored for Lyford, makes it 17-5. Back here on Rio Sports Live. 17-5 ball game, make it 17-6 as Lyford scores another. Deeper serve this time, that's an ace served up for Lyford. Lady Bulldogs cut it to 10 at 17-7. Next serve by Hannah Garza. Set up for Gonzalez, and she'll get the kill for London. Lady Pirates up 18-7. Substitution in the ball game as Taylor Marshall checks in the game to serve. Replacing Kaylin Kirby. Marshall serves it up. On the return, it's up at the net. Spiked over on the Lyford side. Another big hit. This time down it goes. Ashley Lynn. This is what I was talking about in the pregame show. On the right-hand side, as you'll see, a lot of defense being played that time by Lyford. That's in the net. Point score for the Lady Bulldogs. Volleyball fans, we do have some playoff volleyball action coming your way tomorrow as well as some regular season, as the Class 5 and 6 schools still haven't reached the playoff mode. Wednesday, we've got high school football on the air. Thursday, swimming and football. Friday, volleyball, basketball, football. Saturday, we've got swimming, basketball, volleyball, and football coming your way. It's that time of year in which the transition is made from the fall to the winter sports. Because of the late start for many of the fall teams, that's why you're seeing basketball and volleyball regular season going on at the same time. Another point for the Lady Bulldogs. Makes it a 20-9 game. Substitution off the bench. Emily Gonzalez will check in. Rotating back to serve is Rayleigh Rincones for Lyford. Rincones puts it across. Down the line, recovered. Ball back over on the Lyford side. Ball comes over on the London side. Set it up, punched over by Gonzalez. That carries out of bounds. Point scored for Lyford. Makes it 20-10. Now a 20-11 game as Lyford cuts it back to single digits. Serve over by Rincones. Before that, a timeout on the floor. Lyford trying to come back here in game one. Playoffs continue. The area round. From Falfurrias, this is Rio Sports Live.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Stacy Neiman Insurance Agency, LLC, located on the Square in Woodsboro, Texas, specializing in row, crop, and pasture rangeland, serving farmers and ranchers in multiple counties since 2011. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer. 1-800-573-5166. Stacy Neiman Insurance Agency, LLC. In Fremont, Texas, off Highway 281 is the Oasis Restaurant, serving great food daily. And if you can't make it to the game, then watch it while you eat. Carry out and dine in available. Great selection of food for any taste and supporting local athletes all the way. The Oasis Restaurant in Fremont, Texas.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, a 22-11 ball game here in game one. Serve over by McNorton. Good serve on the return. It carries out of bounds, and London scores again. It goes up 23-11. Now they'll say that the ball carried across the baton. Nonetheless, points scored for Corpus Christi London. McNorton to serve again. 2 away from capturing game one. Deep serve carries out of bounds. Substitute will check in for Lyford as Sabri Romo will enter the ball game. Haley Rodriguez back to serve for Lyford. Nice serve, but the return is right on the money. Punched over on the Lyford side. That's off a block. You can play that. London again on the attack. Set it up for Busenliner. Good dig that time on the back row by Alyssa Garcia. Spike over, that's out of bounds off the back row. Point to London. 1 away now from capturing game one. 24-12 your score. Back to serve, Hannah Gonzalez will try to put game one away. Quick substitute, Hannah Garza checks in as the libero for Lyford. Serve down the line, dug by Garcia. Set up off the net for Romo. This to put it away on a center set. That's off the block in the net called against London, and a point scored for Lyford. The Lady Bulldogs are able to stave off a game point. Clarissa Gonzalez back to serve. 24-13 game. Gonzalez's serve is in the net, and game one belongs to London. 25-13, the final. We'll be back with more right after this.
Refugio ISD holds special memories in the hearts of anyone who has ever been part of the school. The Refugio ISD Education Foundation provides resources that will create engaging learning experiences for students. You can be a part of the Bobcat Tribute Plaza. Order a brick or a bench, and you will help to build on the tradition of excellence and opportunity that has always been at the heart of Refugio ISD.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down, we continued fighting for victims of car accidents, work injuries, and 18-wheeler cases because we still believe in justice for all. J. Gonzalez.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, I want to check something out on my replay just to see if we got that fixed. Our split screen replay, I believe it's working. There that is. So that's working fine. Try it one more time here just to see if we got it working. That one going. Back to action here in game two, and Lyford puts it away for the first point of the game. Looks like our split screen replay will be the only way we'll see instant replays tonight, but we'll just play it that way. Rayleigh Rincone's ready to serve for Lyford. London captured the first game. Rincone's first serve was a good one, good enough for the first point. This return is served, punched over, down the line, return right back at you. London keeps that alive as well. Lyford Lady Bulldogs set it up for Gonzalez, puts it for the back row. That is out of bounds. London ties it up at 1 apiece. Anna Gonzalez to serve. Short serve is in the net on the return. Points scored for London. That's an ace. 2-1 ball game. Gonzalez to serve again for London. Short serve played by Lyford. Free ball to work with for London. Set it on a curl on a back set for Boosie. Blocked back at you. Set it up again, this time for Taylor Marshall. Blocked again. Point Lyford. So net play by the Lyford Lady Bulldogs as you watch this play out. It's going to be a lift called and a point awarded to London, makes it a 3-2 ball game. Anna Garza checks back in for Lyford as a libero. Back to serve is Karabusi for Corpus Christi London. Back set played over. London on the attack. Defense there again for the Lady Bulldogs, and this time in the net called, or 2 hits called on London. Checked it on Lyford and score the point for the Lady Pirates. They're up 4-2. Boosie to serve again. They get it over. It's a free ball to work with, just over the net. Nothing there for Lynn, just gets it over on the Lyford side. Lady Bulldogs, center set, tipped it over the blockers. Quick set left side, Jenny Evans puts it down for the kill. London goes up 5-2. Next serve by Boosie. Lyford somehow keeps that in play. Good pass, quick set, thunderous kill, down it goes, Ashley Lynn. On the replay, you'll see. Lynn is able to just absolutely get behind that and put it away for the point. 6-2 lead for London. Boosie to serve again, a short serve down the middle. On the return, it's over on the London side. Set it up again, Lynn reaches back, that carries out of bounds. Lyford to within 3 as Clarissa Gonzalez enters the serve. Gonzalez, a right-handed server. The back row. They'll just attack from back there. Boosie puts it over. Lyford able to recover once. Now they'll set it up for Lynn. Another dig this time. Ball at the net. Another big kill, and down it goes. 7-3, relentless attacking that time by Corpus Christi London. Anna Garza back there as the libero, doing everything she could. And that's just to keep the ball in play, though. Liner serves again. Good pass this time for Lyford. Back row attack. Carries out of bounds. Clarissa Gonzalez, you get a better read back there on where the blockers are. But carried that out of bounds. Substitute in the game for London as Lillian Campbell will check into the ball game. Liner to serve again. Pass stays on that back row for Lyford. Off the net, played over on the London side. Back set, right side on the angle, that's kept alive. London back on the attack again. Better set this time. Lynn with a left hand this time. Puts it down for the point. Ashlyn Lynn. Liner to serve again. Good set this time, but a lift will be called on Lyford. And another point for London. They go up 10-3. Timeout on the floor. Lyford will talk it over. London leads this. From Falfurrias, this is Rio Sports Live.
For any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the Blue Building and the Blue Shrimp Boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down,
Bubba's 33 and Corpus Christi is a proud sponsor for all teams on Rio Sports Live. If you can't make it to the game, then watch it on a big screen at Bubba's 33 in Corpus. Great food, great atmosphere before, during, or after the game. Stop in at Bubba's 33 in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as Corpus Christi London leads this one. And giving you a mixture of the Coastal Bend and the Rio Grande Valley commercials that are played here on our broadcast. Fans, it's no secret that the playoff games, UIL charges a fee for each and every game we broadcast, $200 fee just to turn on the cameras. It doesn't pay for the crews, doesn't pay for the travel. So as you see some of the sponsors that are on there, you can thank them for being a part of our broadcast. We're looking for playoff sponsors. The fee increases substantially when we get to football games. Near impossible figure in comparison to the number of games that we would like to feature for you, especially here in these times, which fans are limited, if allowed to come at all. So it's a given that they have to stay at home and watch the games. They're encouraged to stay at home and watch the games, but yet no waiver on the fees for companies such as ourselves providing the service just to get these games out there for fans to watch. $200 for non-football, $1,000 per game for football. And as you can see, we're here right now covering this game for you fans. Don't charge the schools, don't charge the fans. 11-4 ball game with London on top. Lyford trying to mount some attack. Off the net this time, and a kill, down it goes. Elena McNorton out of nowhere from a setter becomes a hitter. 12-4 ball game. Watch this hit. Again, good return, but this is just down it goes on that kill. Served by Taylor Marshall. Lyford can't get it across. Point scored, London on the ace. The winner of this, on paper, looks as if they're on a collision course with Goliad. Goliad playing one of the Idea schools that has now entered into the UIL mix. Quick set again, off the net, left side. Good dig again by Hannah Garza back there for Lyford. Sets up a back row attack in the back corner. That's just out of bounds. Taylor Marshall to serve. That's in the net. Point scored for London. They go up 15-4. Won the first one 25-12 on top here in game 2. Marshall to serve again. In the net. Lyford secures the serve. Haley Rodriguez checks into the game. Hannah Garza, meanwhile, back to serve. London on the return to serve. Trying to set up Hannah Gonzalez. Quick whistle. A lift will be called. Creating 2 hits against London, so a point to Lyford. Substitution off the bench. Alyssa Gonzalez checks in for the London Lady Pirates. They'll return the serve. Right on the money. Setting it as Brusenliner. For Lynn, puts it over. Lyford on the attack. Perez eases that over. Gonzalez reaches back. Lyford recovers on that one. Again, another attack point. Quick set for Lynn. And she puts it down. A big groan from the crowd. As you can see, the Thunder is hit by Lynn. Coming from that right side. Finish off that rally. Jump serve by Lynn. Back set for Lyford. Back row gets it over. Lady Pirates set it up. And a kill goes down by Karabusi. 17-6 game. Busi, Lynn, Gonzalez, Gonzalez. All capable hitters up there. Brusenliner, when she's not setting, she's a primary hitter as well on this team. Lyford sets up Haley Rodriguez. Kept alive by London. Lyford, that's off a tip. They'll set it up, looking for something for Marlena Perez. A block back at you. Point scored for London. Substitution in the game. Alyssa Garcia will check in for Lyford. Lyford School District became one of our advertising partners here on Rio Sports Live, meaning that you'll start seeing some ads rotating in games as one of these schools assisting us in what we're doing as an advertiser. I don't charge schools to broadcast the games. I don't charge the fans ever. And so in some cases, such as Lyford now, such as Harlingen, such as Sherryland Pioneer, the school district themselves have stepped up to be an advertising partner, understanding that we're trying to pay crews to get out here in front of this. Another kill by London, down it goes. Still waiting to see who may be the first school district. It looks like Benavides will be the first to sign on as a school in the Coastal Bend as an advertiser on Rio Sports Live to help offset some of the cost. Even Omar Guerra, my cameraman, was shocked today when I was talking things over with some of the Lyford that he's like, so you don't charge to do this for the schools? No, sir. It's not how we built this. Points scored for London. They go up 21-7. Good effort that time by Haley Rodriguez on the front row for Lyford. But unsuccessful in trying to generate some type of hit attempt for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Lady Pirates to serve. At the line, Elena McNorton puts it over. Back set this time for Gonzalez, hits it over. London keeps it alive. Back on the other side, Lyford set it up again, looking for something from Gonzalez. Over again, covered by London. Gonzalez with a pass. They'll try to set her for a third time on this rally. Across again, dug by Marshall. Off the net to Gonzalez. Lyford digs it off the net, still alive. Rally continues. Longest rally of the night for either team. Looking for a point here to cap this off. Another set for Gonzalez. Block back at you. Ball still alive. Terrific play at the net by Lyford. And finally in the net it goes, London. Watch on the replay on the right side of your screen just how hard Lyford was playing. to try to score that point. We'll be back with more after the timeout. 22-7, London leads here in Game 2. This is Real Sports Live.
Because we still believe in justice for all. Jay Gonzalez.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here on Real Sports Live, Joe Bowling with you, Omar Guerra on the camera. Our condolences out to Rudy Zamaripa Jr. His grandmother passed away, and so he's out for a couple of days. He'll be back in the mix with me on broadcast later on this week. Sympathies out to his dad and his family on the loss of an important family member of the Zamaripas. 22-7 ball game. London will put it over. Lyford. The back set this time. Swing across. Played by the Lady Pirates. Back set on their own. Hit across. Looking for the angle. That's in the back row. 23-7. London doing everything right. And comfortably on top here in Game 2 of this best of 5. Served by McNorton. Cross on the Lyford side. Lady Bulldogs. Set up Gonzalez. That's off the block. Played by London. Free ball to work with for Lyford. Second hit over. Covered nicely by London. Right back over on the Lyford side again. Set by Rincon to the center. Big swing on a hit by Rodriguez. Right back at you, London. Blocked off the block, point scored for London. 24-7. Lady Pirates up as McNorton strolls back to serve, trying to wrap up Game 2. Deep serve, returned by the Lady Bulldogs of Lyford off the net. Free ball to work with. Pass, McNorton the back set to Boosie, puts it in the net. Point scored to Lyford. 24-8. Lady Bulldogs will substitute into the game. Emily Gonzalez checks in. Meanwhile, back to serve is Rayleigh Rincones. Rincones serves it up for Lyford. Lady Pirates with a good pass to McNorton. Back set this time on the angle. Down it goes on a kill. That's in. Game over. Gonzalez on the kill. 25-8. Lady Pirates capture Game 2. Game 3 coming up after this.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD. Excellence is our tradition.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, Joe Bowling with you as we are getting ready for Game 3 here between the Lady Pirates of Corpus Christi, London, and the Lady Bulldogs of Lyford. London captured the first two. Now try to make quick work here in Foul Furious. Fans again tuning in. We do have multiple broadcasts coming your way tomorrow night. We'll have crews throughout the Rio Grande Valley, the Coastal Bend, and here's truly making the trip out to Somerset to cover the freer Lady Buckaroos in playoff action on the volleyball side. Here in Foul Furious tonight, again, our appreciation to the school district for Foul Furious assisting us in a place to broadcast our games. Makes life easy when we arrive for these games. Mia Wettergrove in the game to serve. And away we go, Game 3. Quick set, spike, down, that's in. Kara Boosie puts it away. First point belongs to London. 1-0 ball game. London again on the attack, center set, and Boosie again makes it 2-0. Again, you knew it coming into this game. They just had multiple hitters. You always have to be on just your complete A game defensively, first of all, against a team like this, and then can you figure a way out to generate offense? Try to slow the attack down. Lyford with a chance here to put a point on the board. Punched over, covered nicely, second hit over. Lyford there to play that. Second hit over on the London side, they play that. Neither team able to set anything big up. That is just out of bounds off the back row off a hit by Haley Rodriguez. And a 3-0 game. London won the first. That's a near ace, played back on the London side, punched over on the Lyford side. Back and forth we go on the rally. Now a set for Anna Cazales kill, and she'll put it away. 4-0 game. I want to thank all the fans too. We got the analytics report this week that the month of October we went over 5 million on the minutes viewed on our YouTube and Facebook social media on Rio Sports Live. First time we've done that. Prior to that, 2 million and some change was the most we ever had during a playoff football run. 5 million, simply eye-popping. So my thanks out to all the fans for tuning in, helping us get to that amazing number. Elena McNorton serves. On the return, it's up near the net, and they'll call over the net on Jenny Evans, and Lyford will be awarded the point. Just too tempting that time for Jenny Evans. So Lyford back to serve. Haley Rodriguez back to the service line. 5-1 game here in game 3 of this best of 5. If you ever come into a game and foul furious here in this gym, you better bring your coat. There's a couple of them that may get cooler than what we're experiencing here right now, such as Rio Hondo. A couple of gyms that I can just recall off the top of my head. But this is a bring your jacket kind of gym. Lyford returns it back over. London, that pass up near the net. Punched over. Lady Bulldogs set it up again. Center set. Tipped off the blockers. Diving play back there by Taylor Marshall. And a miscommunication allows a point to score for Lyford, making it 5-2. Once Marshall made the play, two players converged and unable to make that play. Line drive serve on the return, right back at you, Point London. That's the kind of night it's been for the Lady Pirates. Even on a terrific serve, which you'll see this had plenty of pace behind it on the right side of your screen. And on the diving return, it serves up a point. Back set this time, spiked down, another kill for London. They go up 7-2. Hannah Cazales to serve. Short serve played by Lyford. That hit goes out of bounds, carries too far off the back row. 8-2 ball game. Cazales to serve again. It's going to be 2 hits called against the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. They trail 9-2. Timeout on the floor. London on top, big in game 3. Back after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, the Lady Bulldogs under the direction of Amy Cantu talking things over. Up against a Lady Pirate team from Corpus Christi, London, which is just absolutely clicking on all cylinders here tonight. In foul furious. Back to action. Off the net, a set for Gonzalez. Hits it over, down, a point scored for Lyford, makes it 9-3. Larissa Gonzalez, a rare opportunity. She got a hit attempt with no blockers in place and didn't waste the moment. She'll rotate back to serve. Short serve, diving play, puts it back on the Lyford side in a hurry. Center set, that's past the blockers, down on a kill by a Sabri Romo. Back-to-back kills for the Lady Bulldogs after the timeout. Trying to sustain some momentum here. Gonzalez, a line drive serve, carries the net. Point scored by London, they go up 10-4. Karabusi back to serve. That's an ace. 11-4 London. Tomorrow night, the long trip up to Somerset for high school volleyball fans. Serve over by Boosie. That is another ace. 12-4 your score. Karabusi will serve again. In the net. Lyford gains the serve. Now rotate back Emily Gonzalez to serve it up. Carries out of bounds. London back up 8, and they'll regain the serve. Substitute in the game. Brooke Busenliner checks back in. She'll serve. For Corpus Christi, London. Pass up by the net. Nothing doing. Point score for London. 14-5 ball game. Busenliner to serve again. Back set this time, spiked off the blockers. Back set right side. Lynn is back on that front row. Off the net to McNorton. Lyford trying to find somebody to put some pace behind a hit. Lynn really carried that over. Ball back on the Lyford side. Now on the London side, a back set for Lynn. Didn't get the approach again that she's been getting. The hit goes out of bounds off of Lyford. And London goes up double digits. Busenliner to serve again. Back set this time. Back row attack. Gets out of bounds. 16-5. Clarissa Gonzalez nearly found the line. But out of bounds. Busenliner to serve again. For Corpus Christi, London. On the return to serve, it's on the London side. McNorton puts it over. That's off the back row. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs will substitute in Haley Rodriguez. Deep serve by Hannah Garza. Center set for Kirby, puts that over and scores the point for London. Kirby on the kill that finished it off for point number 17 for Corpus Christi, London. Back to serve is Taylor Marshall. Lyford on the return. Set it up off the net. Blocked back at you. Ball now back over on the London side. Tipped over. Point scored. Well placed hit by Hannah Gonzalez. Marshall will serve again. For that, substitution checks in. Andrea Alexander checks in the game on the front row for London. Alongside of Ashley Lynn and Hannah Gonzalez. Lyford on the back row looking for something from Gonzalez again. Quick set to Lynn. Block right back at you. Point scored for Lyford. Haley Rodriguez on the block. 18-7 ball game. Quick back set, spiked away, down it goes. Ashley Lynn with an answer. 19-7 game. Lynn rotates back to serve. Center set for Lyford, that's off the block. Just off the net, Lyford recovers for a moment. Will get it over on the London side. The pass, the quick set, the spike. And it goes down for the point. Karabusi on the kill. Ashley Lynn to serve again. Lyford with a good pass. London to cover that. Gonzalez puts it over. Play to the back row of London. They'll set it again to the middle. That's blocked. Punched in the air. Nice job by Hendria Alexander just to get a hand on that to keep the rally alive. Now over the net. See, under the net. Point scored. And London goes up 21-7. Elena McNorton, well, check that. Ashley Lynn to serve again. Shorter serve. The return, that was probably going out. London plays it. Lynn from the back row punches it over. Punched up in the air by Lyford, trying to set up Clarissa Gonzalez. London set it up. Big swing by Gonzalez. Nice dig back there by Miranda Moya. And it results in a point for Lyford. Defense turned to offense as a return of that hit. Allowed for a kill by the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Mia Weddergrove back to serve for Lyford. On the return of serve, set it up for Boosie, and she'll put it down. Point scored, London. 22-8 as Boosie is able to get another kill. Back to serve as Elena McNorton. Lyford on the return. Back set for Gonzalez. Nice play back there by Solis again. Lyford attacking again to Gonzalez. Solis there to return it. Passes to McNorton. Back set. Gonzalez puts it over. Ball near the net. Punched across. Point scored. Wide open down the middle. We'll see again. Timeout on the floor. Back after this.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down, we continued fighting for victims of car accidents, work injuries, and 18-wheeler cases because we still believe in justice for all. J. Gonzalez.
Forever memories and
back here, Rio Sports Live, coming to you from Falfurrias, Texas. Area volleyball playoff action between Lyford and Corpus Christi London. London in a 2-game lead in the series, 2 points away from wrapping this up in 3. They'll serve. McNorton. Lyford on the return. Lady Bulldogs off the net. Will just get it over. Lyford with a better chance here. Second hit over. London. In the net it goes. Points scored for Lyford. 23-9 game. Ball actually rolled out of the gym, so we'll have to track that one down. Near the trophy cases out there in Falfurrias. Haley Rodriguez is ready to serve. Back set, nobody there. Point scored, Lyford. 23-10 game. Off the bench is Jenny Evans to return for London. Lyford to serve as Haley Rodriguez from the line. Puts that over with some pace, gets an ace. 23-11. Rodriguez will serve again. At return a serve in the net, another ace. 23-12. Rodriguez to serve again. set this time, and down the line. That one carries out of bounds. Another point for Lyford. Lady Bulldogs still down 10 as Rodriguez with a good run of the service line. This time returned by Marshall. Center set. Good defense played by Lyford. They'll set it up right side. Marshall there to dig that. Free ball, nothing doing. Point scored, Lyford. Results in a timeout by Corpus Christi London. They cruised through the first two games. Appeared to be well on their way here in game 3. Lyford making a bit of a run. We'll be right back after this.
Sam Houston in San Benito is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as you see the Corpus Christi London Lady Pirates. After a timeout was called, under the direction of Coach Melinda Westcott. Coach did ask us to pull the game after the broadcast. Didn't want to be scouted for the next round, and we understand that when the coaches ask that. Fans often complain quite a bit to us. But bottom line is these coaches want to try to give themselves every opportunity to win a game. If they feel scouting is the issue, well, then we'll do our best to cater to there once. Blocked across, London scores. Now one away from ending the night. Hannah Cazales back to serve. Cazales serves it up. Lyford on the return. Cross, London, the pass up near the net. One-handed back to the Lyford side. Lady Bulldogs. Gonzalez tips it over. Marshall on the return. Back row attack by Cazales. Diving play keeps that alive for a moment. Better set this time, Marshall to put it away, and does. London wins it. 25-14. Taylor Marshall puts a cap on the end of the night and a 3-game sweep for Corpus Christi London. 25-13 in the first one, 25-8 in the second, and 25-14 here in game 3. It's going to do it for our broadcast. Again, the winner will, well, in this case, London will most likely be playing Goliad. That's on paper. It looks like that's where their next opponent will be coming from. And we'll keep you posted on the win and where, and see if we can continue to follow the London Lady Pirates in their playoff run for 2020. For Omar Guerra on the camera, I'm Joe Bowling for Foul Furious. Again, our appreciation to the two schools for assisting us in broadcasting the game by giving us the approvals, and for the host school, Foul Furious, for chipping in and being a part of this broadcast as well. And the season comes to an end for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. And that's something we weren't sure we were going to be able to say for anyone, to be able to wrap up a season. So again, congratulations to their success on reaching the area round of the playoffs. But London wins this one. Until next time, I'm Joe Bowling from Foul Furious, Texas. So long.